So now we will see that wrapper classes. So technically we called data typing classes we also called. Generally, whatever the string or other data types we are using, so in Java actually it is object oriented. So every primitive type internally defined as an object. So whatever the primitive data types we have like int, float, char, boolean, that all will be stored in generally externally as a data type, but internally as an object the system will store. So to refer that particular primitive data types as an object, they given 8 classes, that is we call wrapper classes. So the wrapper classes also technically called as data type classes. So these data type classes main intention to convert one type to another type. That is the reason we call these are data type classes. And these are all classes will help you to convert from one data type to another data type in single word. I can say that one object format to another object format. So these are we have 8 types. Like for each and every primitive type we have one object type, so that will be used to convert one type to another type. So how we are converting we'll see in this particular demo. See here. So what are the particular 8 types also we'll explain briefly here in this class. Now you see here I'm writing wrapper demo public static void main and finish, and here I'm writing, you see here. So here I'm writing like all the wrapper class what we have. So these what I'm writing here, int is the data type. For that they given integer as a wrapper class, and float. So for that they given float as a wrapper class, and double. For that they given double, and after that char. So for that character, and long, and short, and then boolean. So these are the 8 wrapper classes they given for 8 primitive types, Nana. So these are data types and these are classes. So for each and every data type they given one respective data type class. So these classes are used to mention the respective data in terms of object format. So wherever you want to define something in object format, we may use this particular data type classes. And even if you want to convert from one object to another object, or I can say that one data type to string type or string type to other types, these wrapper classes are very important. Like example, if you want to convert string format to int format, or int format to string format, or if you want to convert string format to float or float to string, so these sort of all conversions will done by this particular wrapper classes only. So basically these classes will always help you to convert from one type to another type. So what are that we'll explain now. See here. So first let us assume that int a equal to 10 is there. So now I want to convert this int a equal to 10 as an object. Now a will be the data type. So see here. So here value will be same, but the a for type is indicating by system is data type. So now I want to convert as an object. See, integer I is equal to new integer of a. So now you see, so now here also I contains, here a also contains. Let's take example. See here I'm giving a 10 only, and here I also contains as an object 10 only. There is no difference in value. Value in both the a and I same, but only the difference, whereas a is variable, I is an object. So now just I'm running this code. See here. So now you see both are printing as a 10 and 10 only. So only the difference type of the respective format. Now you see, let us assume that, so whatever the thing we are doing here, so here in this case the variable a we are converting into object I. So this process we call auto boxing. So technically we called it is auto boxing. So auto boxing is a process of converting data type to respective object to format. The same reverse process, let us assume that the same thing again I want to convert into a is equal to I dot int value. So see here, int value means it will convert into again integer data type. So this is we call unboxing. So auto boxing, unboxing. So auto boxing means converting data type to object, whereas object to data type is called unboxing. So here also again, if you are printing the A value, that also will print the same 10 only. See here. So just we are converting from one format to another format. Now if you want to convert other formats, let's take example, if I want to convert A into string format or string into integer format, then this particular wrapper class will be very helpful. How it will be helpful, I will show you now. And even the same logic is applicable for all the other 8 types also. Let I assume that I will show you one more example with taking float. So the same example, see here, float something, I'm writing f is equal to, let's take 10.2 small f, it is indicating that float value. And now I'm writing, see, system.out.println float, and then float f is equal to new float of, here I'm writing small f. Now you see, sorry, here we have to convert float obj I'm writing, and then system.out.println f obj. Again we are converting into reverse, once again back, f is equal to f obj dot float value. See here. So now it is again converting into float into the respective value. So now again printing the same. So the same way all other types also will applicable in this particular conversions, Nana. Other 8 types also you can do same way. See here. So first 3 are 10 and remaining all are printing 10.2. See that. So this is we call auto boxing and unboxing. And now let's take example. So here if you want to convert this object into other formats also, we have that option also. Let us assume that, see here I'm giving system dot out dot println, see here fobj, see the same value, but if you observe clearly, see if I'm writing f dot, do you getting anything here? See here, nothing, because f is a simple variable. So for variables or particular data types, we don't have any particular built-in methods. So first of all, methods will work for only classes, it doesn't work for data types. But the same thing if I'm writing, see fobj dot, so it's having function. See that if you want to convert string format, to string is there. If you want to compare two float values, see compare to is there. If you want to convert into double, see that methods what we learned in a string, that all methods almost is that, see is nan means not a number, long value, is infinite, int value. So if you want to convert int value, see simply we can convert into int value. So now you see, so that methods advantage we can see 10.2 will convert it as a 10 because we return the int value. See here. So let us assume that f obj dot is nan, I'm checking. So is nan means not a number. So that means whether it is contain number or any text is checking the true false, it returns. See false means it is a number. So like that we have a different methods to work on this. But where you go for data types, I mean that primitive data type formats, we don't have any such kind of method. See that we have like compare to method, like we can compare with other value also. So let's take 23.4. see here I'm comparing with other value. Again it is a value, so we have to convert into another object only. Let's take is it possible to do by I? We'll check it now. So float object we require now. So new, again I'm writing float, see float of, yeah, now you see we can compare the two values, it returns, see that it returns 1, that means positive. So like that, see whatever the methods, other methods we have, we can use by the respect to fobj, but we can't use with f. So that difference you need to understand. Means if you want to convert from one type to another type, and if you want to efficiently use by the object format, this option is better. And if you want to convert even to string also we can use, but the output won't change, only internal format will be changing here. See here 10.2 only will coming. And one more last option I want to show you. See here string str is equal to, let's take example I'm giving 10. So it is also important case. Now let's take string str2 is equal to, I'm writing double quotes 20. So now even this 10 and 20 we know that are integers, but still I stored in the form of string, because once we put something in the double quotes, by default system will understand as a string whatever it is, whether it's a number, a text or special symbol. So if you put something in double quotes, it will treat it as a number. So now in this case, see here I'm printing very simple thing. So str plus str2. So as for my intention, I'm expecting 10 plus 20 is 30, but you see what is the output? 10 20, it will give you 1020. See that it is not adding the data, it's just concatenating the data. So as you know that one in Java, plus is a concatenation operator as well as addition operator. If you providing the two numbers, it will do addition. If you providing the one string with one value or two strings, it will provide you concatenation. So here 10 and 20 are in the string format, so that the both will be concatenated and the result will be displayed on the console as a concatenated string. But we required a sum of the two numbers. So at that time we need to convert the respective two string formats into integer formats. How we are converting? See here, first int x is equal to, so how we are doing, you need to you have to understand. See, integer dot, there is a parse method. So parse method always will convert string format to respective data type format. So now I'm writing str, see here. So now converted into integer and stored into int. So same way, int y is equal to, so integer dot parse int of str1, str2. So now you see two strings are converted integers. Now I'm going to be displaying that some of the respective same numbers x plus y. Now you see the output, you can find the difference. So now you see here the first case 1020 is displaying, but second case you see 30 is displaying. So that point is indicating if you want to do any kind of mathematical operations in any particular programming language, the respective value should be in the only numerical format. That should not be in the any other format. So if you want to do numerical format, so see here, so these are technically called as wrapper classes. Now we will see that like some examples on string class what we covered yesterday. So we'll go for some examples on the strings, string reverse without using inbuilt method. So see here, so here we have two options to reverse the string. One is by using inbuilt method, another one without using inbuilt method. We'll see both the options, we'll see now. So here I'm writing now string str I'm taking. Let's take example. So now I'm writing scanner input is equal to new scanner, in the brackets system dot in, and then system dot out of println enter string. So that will be stored in str. And now this so sorry, we already covered that. Str is equal to input dot next, only next we can take, yeah. So finally string is there in the str. So now you see, so first option, if you want to convert into reverse of the respective string, we can take the help of the string buffer. So how we are taking, see here, so string, so here I'm also printing that given string. So given string is plus str. Here now string buffer sb is equal to new string buffer, within the brackets we can write str, what we are reading that I'm passing. So simply we can write reverse string by the name of the reverse only. So reverse string is sb dot reverse. So that's it. So this is the one way inbuilt mechanism. So by this also we can use the reverse function, but it is for when you go for real time we can use it, but when you go for interviews they may not allow you to write like this. They will always ask you to write your own logic. So how to do, we'll see now. So enter string I'm giving, let's take Satish. So enter, see that given string Satish, and the reverse string is coming back in reverse way, so the like palindrome. And now we will implement the same logic with our own code. So simple thing, so whatever the data we have to write return way, reverse way. So reverse way means last index to first index. So by using index number we can print it away. By using, even we have caret, so caret function is there, or we can have a concatenation option is there. So both the options we can use. So one is, if you want to just see here two things again, if you want to just display we can use directly. See here, for let's take, I'm going for defining an index I. So if you want to just display it, then I don't want to store anyway, so then directly you can write I is equal to, so see, if you want to print in 0 to 9 it will come forward direction. If you are printing 9 to 0, obviously it will come reverse direction. So I'm taking directly str dot length, because we have a length function to find the number of characters. So length length, and length will be always giving the size, but our index is always ends with size -1. So length -1, and then we have to write I greater than or equal to 0, because the index number always ends with 0, that is the starting index, and each time it should decrement by minus 1 1. And now you simply correct it and write now. So simply what we have to do means, yeah, so print using system.out.print, not the println, print, just use the print. And then str, there is a inbuilt function caret, so caret will give you the character given index, so that I'm passing I. So now I'm writing, see here, you will get automatically the reverse string. So see here, enter string I'm giving Satish. So now you see automatically reverse string printed here, see that. But it is not stored anywhere, so just it is purpose of printing we can use like that. But if someone asks you, let us assume that string str is there, now I'm using str reverse here. Now I want to store the reverse string in this particular reverse, so now you can't do directly like this. So at that time what we have to do means, so instead of printing directly, so we have to store in the respective variable, like how we are doing string rev plus is equal to is indicating concatenation. So plus is equal to means equal to x is, I already explained, x plus is equal to means x is equal to x plus. So the same way string plus is equal to, we just str dot caret of the respective variable. See here, now the data will be automatically concatenated in the string reverse. It is showing error because not initialized. So string reverse should be initialized with something. So I already told you, if you want to concatenate something, we should initialize the first respective string. So now finally after turn the loop, we have to print the simply strrev, reverse of string respective. So now you see the same way, same output you are getting now also. See here. But here now storing is some variable, means that respective data you can use in further also. Like if you want, if someone wants to write a program whether the given string is palindrome or not, so now at that case this option is not feasible solution, so this option only feasible. Now if I want to check this particular string is feasible palindrome or not, simply we can write if str, as usual I already told you we can't use double equal here, we have to use equals method. So equals strrev. So now you simply write, so this is indicating that both are same, so we can write directly system.out.println palindrome. Else, so indicates false case, so system.out.println not palindrome. So like this we can check the string is palindrome or not. Now you see enter the string, I'm giving Satish. Now you see something differently coming, so that it's not palindrome. So let us assume that I'm giving KIK, kick. So it's giving again reverse string also kick. So now it's showing that, see that palindrome. So now let us assume that here in this case I'm giving KI capital K I'm giving. So see here in this case it not giving the not palindrome. So even though in this case also if you want to print it is a palindrome, so I don't bother about the case what they mentioned, just I want to compare the characters. Then you should use, instead of equals we should use equals ignore case. So then it won't compare the case what we mentioned, just compare the data. So it depends on your requirement, you have to take that whether equals or equals ignore case. Now I'm taking, see here KIK, but even though it's giving C palindrome. So that is the difference between equals and equals ignore case. Yeah. So the another example I'm explaining, see that a simple example with using inbuilt functions అంటే whatever the inbuilt functions we are using in particular string, just a small demonstration for that particular concept. So here my what is the question first of all means, Sinanam, one is username and password. So second condition is both username and password should more than 4 characters, it should not be less than. So it may be 4 or more than 4, it should not be less than 4. So this is the second condition I'm going to be checking. And third thing, how the password regenerated means, here I'm password, I'm whatever the entered he given by the customer, I'm regenerating the password by the logic, like I'm taking the first half of the given string and second half of the given string. Like example, you first half of the username and second half of the what you call password, so that I'm taking as a input, and finally that I'm concatenated, and finally I'm doing the reverse of the respective password. So let us assume that I'm giving input Satish and Kumar. So let's take example. This is my inputs. So I'm entering username Satish and password Kumar. First we have to check both are above 4 characters or not. Yes. So Satish is more than 4 or equal 4 and Kumar also. So this is first condition. Now the logic, see password, password I'm generating. First half of the username, that is nothing but SAT, and the second half of the password, that is MAR. So we have to concat both of them. So this is the first condition what we need to do. అంటే ఫస్ట్ యూజర్ నేమ్ లో ఫస్ట్ హాఫ్ తీసుకోవాలి, పాస్వర్డ్ లో సెకండ్ హాఫ్ తీసుకోవాలి, ఈ రెండింటిని మెర్జ్ చేయాలి. సో ఇది ఫస్ట్ కండిషన్ వాడు ఇచ్చిన క్వశ్చన్ ప్రకారం. అండ్ తర్వాత ఏం చేయాలంటే ఈ యూజర్ నేమ్ పాస్వర్డ్ కాంకాటేషన్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత దెన్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు డూ దట్ రివర్స్ ఆఫ్ ద రెస్పెక్టివ్ థింగ్. సో ఇక్కడ ఏదైతే మనకు అవుట్పుట్ ఉందో రివర్స్ చేయండి. అంటే ఏమొస్తుంది ఇప్పుడు అవుట్పుట్ RAMTAS. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ మై రివర్స్ ఆఫ్ గివెన్ స్ట్రింగ్. సో ఫైనల్గా రివర్స్ అయిన తర్వాత సో ఫైనల్లీ వాట్ ఎవర్ ద అవుట్పుట్ వీఆర్ గెటింగ్, సో సింప్లీ వాట్ హీ వాంట్ టు డూ మీన్స్ లాస్ట్ క్యారెక్టర్ విల్ బి అప్పర్ కేస్లో ఉండాలి. అంటే ఇప్పుడు మీ దీనికి వచ్చిన అవుట్పుట్లో RAMTAS అనేది క్యాప్స్లో ఉండాలి అండ్ రిమైనింగ్ ఆల్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ షుడ్ బి స్మాల్ అండ్ కేస్. సో ఇది వాడు ఇచ్చిన కండిషన్. చూడండి ఎన్ని ఇచ్చాడు ఒకే ప్రోగ్రాంలో. సో కంప్లీట్ స్ట్రింగ్ మీద స్ట్రింగ్స్ ఫంక్షన్స్ మీద చేసిన వర్క్ ఇది. సో చూడండి ఫస్ట్ యూజర్ నేమ్ అండ్ పాస్వర్డ్ రీడ్ చేసుకోవాలి. కండిషన్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ షుడ్ బి ఈదర్ 4 ఆర్ మోర్ దెన్ 4 అండ్ దెన్ ఫస్ట్ స్ట్రింగ్లో ఫస్ట్ హాఫ్ తీసుకోవాలి, సెకండ్ స్ట్రింగ్లో సెకండ్ హాఫ్ తీసుకోవాలి, సెకండ్ హాఫ్ అండ్ సెకండ్ హాఫ్ స్ట్రింగ్ ఆ రెండింటిని మెర్జ్ చేయాలి. అండ్ ఫైనల్లీ మెర్జ్ చేశాక వచ్చిన రివర్స్ చేయాలి. ఆ వచ్చిన రివర్స్ స్ట్రింగ్లో లాస్ట్ క్యారెక్టర్ అప్పర్ కేసులో ఉండాలి, మిగతావన్నీ స్మాలర్ కేసులో ఉండాలి. సో పాయింట్స్ రాస్తాను చూడండి, ఇప్పుడు మీకు అర్థమవుద్ది. ఫస్ట్ పాయింట్ యూజర్ నేమ్ అండ్ పాస్వర్డ్. సెకండ్ పాయింట్ వచ్చి ఇక్కడ బోత్ మోర్ దాన్ 3 క్యారెక్టర్స్, దట్ ఈస్ ఈక్వల్ ఆర్ 4 అంటాం జనరల్గా. ఇది అన్నా లేదంటే అబౌవ్ 3 అన్న మీనింగ్ ఒకటే, దిర్ ఇస్ నో డిఫరెన్స్. సో నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చి థర్డ్ కండిషన్, take the first half of username and second half of password, then concatenate them, concatenate చేయాలి వాటిని, and then reverse it and finally make last character, only character uppercase అండ్ రిమైనింగ్ లోయర్ కేస్. మీరు అడగవచ్చు ఆటోమేటిక్గా రిమైనింగ్ లోయర్ కేసే ఉండొచ్చు కదంటే మేబీ చెప్పలేము అనమాట. బికాస్ ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇక్కడ R అనేది నేను క్యాప్స్ ఇచ్చాను అనుకో, ఆబ్వియస్లీ ఇక్కడ ఏమొస్తుంది అప్పుడు క్యాప్స్ వస్తుంది. బట్ హీస్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఈస్ ఇట్ షుడ్ బి స్మాల్ అనమాట అవుట్పుట్లో. సో అది కూడా చూసుకోవాలి మనం. ఇక్కడ క్యాప్స్ ఉంటుంది బట్ ఫైనల్ అవుట్పుట్లో మాత్రం స్మాల్ ఉండాలి. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద కండిషన్స్ దే గివెన్ ఇన్ దిస్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ అన్న. సో ఈస్ దట్ కండిషన్స్ క్లియర్? ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ బోత్ ఆఫ్ యూ కండిషన్స్ అర్థమయ్యాయి ఫస్ట్. ఈ 1 to 6 మొత్తం 6 కండిషన్స్ వాడు ఇచ్చింది మనకి. 6 కండిషన్స్ ఓకేనా? యా, నౌ యూ సీ వన్ బై వన్ విల్ సీ దట్ నౌ. సో ఫస్ట్ సీ హియర్ మనకి ఏం చేయాలి? ఫస్ట్ కండిషన్, యాజ్ ఫర్ ద ఫస్ట్ కండిషన్ రీడ్ యూజర్ నేమ్ అండ్ పాస్వర్డ్. సో దట్ ఐమ్ డూయింగ్. సో ఫర్ దట్ ఐమ్ టేకింగ్ 2 వేరియబుల్స్ యూజర్ నేమ్ అండ్ పాస్వర్డ్. And now you see scanner input, new scanner system.in, system.out.println, enter the username and next line I'm using. So that will be stored in username. In the same way, enter the password and input.next line, that will be stored in password. So here username and password we took from the keyboard. So first point is completed. Now we have to validate. So username dot length less than 4. Length will give you number of characters. So as per his condition, it should be 4 or more than 4. So it should not be less than 4. So if I'm less than 4, I'm giving invalid username. I'm just return means it will stop the execution. And same way length for the password I'm checking. So after that I want to do that. See here, yeah. One more thing also he explained, like what is that other point he want to, I missed out. So after checking that, yeah, I forgot to tell you one more point he given, remove white spaces. If you entered any spaces, you should not take the spaces into the consideration. Like example, if I'm taking here in this case Satish, let's take space, I'm giving P. So in our case, and is given by the customer, but we have to consider it as a Satish P only. The white spaces what he entered, we should not take it. So that is also one more condition in this logic. See here. So after reading these two, I'm just removing the white spaces. For that only this one. See, username dot replace all //s with empty means what it means slash s is indicating space nana general ga in technically it is indicating space. Slash s ante space. It is a special character కాబట్టి ముందు ఫార్వర్డ్ స్లాష్ పెట్టాను. జనరల్గా మనం స్లాష్ ఎన్ స్లాష్ టీ అని వాడతాం కదా, అట్లానే స్లాష్ ఎస్ అంటే స్పేస్ అని. సో వేర్ ఎవర్ వీఆర్ గెటింగ్ ద స్పేస్ ఇన్ యూజర్ నేమ్ దెన్ ఇట్ విల్ రీప్లేస్ విత్ ఎంటీ. ఎంటీ అంటే ఏమి అంటే రిమూవ్ చేసేస్తుంది ఇండైరెక్ట్గా. ద సేమ్ వే పాస్వర్డ్ ఆల్సో. సో రీప్లేస్ ఆల్ అంటే విల్ రీప్లేస్ ఆల్ ద స్పేసెస్ విచ్ వీ ఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ ద స్ట్రింగ్, నాట్ ఓన్లీ వన్ స్పేస్ ఆల్ స్పేస్ అని. సో ఈ లైన్కి ఏమైనాయి అంటే అన్ని స్పేసెస్ క్లియర్ అయిపోయాయి. ఇది ఫస్ట్. ఇప్పుడు నెక్స్ట్ యాజ్ ఫర్ ద కండిషన్ ఏంటి, యూజర్ నేమ్లో ఫస్ట్ హాఫ్, పాస్వర్డ్లో సెకండ్ హాఫ్. ఇప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ హాఫ్ అంటే ఏంటి, దాని మీనింగ్ ఏంటి, మిడ్ వాల్యూ వరకు అంతే కదా. సో ఐఎమ్ టేకింగ్ సబ్ స్ట్రింగ్ ఆఫ్, సబ్ స్ట్రింగ్ విల్ గివ్ యూ ద రిక్వైర్డ్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద స్ట్రింగ్. సో ఐఎమ్ టేకింగ్ 0 to 0 అంటే స్టార్టింగ్ ఇండెక్స్, ఎక్కడ వరకు కావాలి మనం, మిడ్ ఇండెక్స్ వరకు కావాలి. సో మిడ్ ఇండెక్స్ ఎలా వస్తుంది, లెంత్ బై 2. సో సీ దట్ యూజర్ నేమ్ డాట్ లెంత్ బై 2. ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఏమొస్తుంది మనకి, ఓన్లీ ఫస్ట్ హాఫ్ ఆఫ్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ వస్తాయి. సేమ్ వే పాస్వర్డ్లో ఏం చెప్పాను, సెకండ్ హాఫ్. సో అంటే ఏంటి, మిడ్ నుంచి ఎండ్ వరకు. సో పాస్వర్డ్ లెంత్ బై 2 నుంచి పాస్వర్డ్ డాట్ లెంత్. సో లెంత్ అంటే ఏంటి, లాస్ట్ ఇండెక్స్ వరకు వస్తుంది మనకి. అండ్ నౌ వీ నీడ్ టు కాంకాటినేట్ బోత్ ఆఫ్ దెమ్. సో యూజర్ నేమ్ ప్లస్ పాస్వర్డ్ విల్ గివ్ యూ ద ఫైనల్ పాస్వర్డ్. అండ్ నౌ ఫైనల్లీ ఆ పాస్వర్డ్ ఏం చెప్పాను నేను, రివర్స్ చేయమన్నాను. సో దట్ ఈస్ ఐఎమ్ డూయింగ్ పాస్వర్డ్. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, స్ట్రింగ్ బిల్డర్, స్ట్రింగ్ బఫర్, బోత్ వీ కెన్ యూజ్. ఆల్రెడీ ఐ టోల్డ్ యూ. సో ఇన్బిల్ట్ మెథడ్ ఏముంది మనకి, రివర్స్ ఉంది. సో న్యూ స్ట్రింగ్ బిల్డర్ ఆఫ్ డాట్ రివర్స్ అండ్ డాట్ టు స్ట్రింగ్. అగైన్ విల్ కన్వర్ట్ ఇన్ స్ట్రింగ్ and will store in the password. And finally up to here the password will be there. But finally what is given other condition, లాస్ట్ క్యారెక్టర్ ఒకటి అప్పర్ కేసు ఉండి మిగతావన్నీ స్మాల్లో ఉండాలి. అది దానికోసం డివైడ్ చేస్తాను. చూడండి, P1 అంటే ఫస్ట్ పార్ట్, న్యూ క్యారెక్టర్. సి లాస్ట్ క్యారెక్టర్ కాబట్టి క్యారెట్ వాడొచ్చు. అట్లా పాస్వర్డ్ డాట్ క్యారెట్ ఆఫ్ పాస్వర్డ్ డాట్ లెంత్ -1. సో జస్ట్ బిఫోర్ వి టోల్ యూ పాస్వర్డ్ డాట్ లెంత్ -1 will give you last character. That will be in the char format. I already told you char will not have any built-in functions. So that I am doing into character. Just I told you wrapper class. See, this is the advantage of wrapper. So just basic character I am converting into character class. Now we got a method toString and that will convert into to uppercase. And the remaining what we have, that is 0 comma password length -1. That means all the other characters will convert into to lowercase. And finally P1 P2 our result. So P2 plus P1, because P1 should come last and P1 should come first. So P2 plus P1. So now I'm running this program. You just see that you can understand. So whatever the example I given, see, enter username. I'm giving Satish space Kumar. Otherwise first I'm taking wrong case, Satish. See that, enter password KUM. So now you see invalid username is stop the execution. So let's take example. Now I'm giving Satish, but password I'm giving 3 letters. Now you see invalid password, stop, it will stop the execution. So now both I am giving Satish, sorry. So now I'm going to be printing. So now you see Satish and password is Kumar. So now output will be, see that, as I said, RAMTAS. You can see here finally we got, see that, RAMTAS. This is the output what we got. So we will go for other examples. I'll see that we will now go for SAT space TESH. See that I'm giving space KUMER, but though it doesn't take, it's the same output only we are getting. See that the space is removed now. And now let us assume that I'm giving SATSH space KUMER, and now here password I'm giving RAGHAVA. See that, so I'm mixed case and space also I'm giving. Now you see everything is smaller case except last characters, that is S. See that. So like that, see here everything is what we covered in the regular programming only. Yesterday what I shown, see, if you clearly observe that, see, substring we covered, length we covered, and 2 uppercase we covered already, 2 lowercase we covered, and new character just we today covered. And after that length is again covered, length again covered, substring again covered, and replace we covered. See, length we covered. Like, see, whatever the functions we are using in this program, everything we covered so far. But if I'm directly given that logic, you may think about the logic, you can understand. See, that is indicating that, but just it's not important to learn the what is there in the built-in. We have to understand how to use them. So how to integrate respect to built-in functions to our requirement. So that is important. So